everybody. This is Keith Gleason, host of Indie Comics Relay, creator of the Mighty Mascots, and promoter for the Plastic City Comic Con. And I'm here with another comic review. Before we get into that, just a reminder that Mighty Mascots triple size anniversary issue number 10 is live on Indiegogo. We launched this thing on Monday night to great success. Thank you guys for all that. Jump on there. You can get the Breakfast Brawler action figures. You can get the issue itself. You can buy it. You can mix and match. You can pick up what you want, what you don't want. There's a bunch of add-ons in the checkout area. So we made it really easy to just kind of jump in there and grab everything you want. And I'm really excited for this issue. We got a couple of great variant covers. We got a couple of great backup stories. And it's probably going to be the best Mighty Mascots issue ever. So jump in there, check that out. And hope you enjoy it. Hope you back it. All right. Moving on to this week's comic review. This week I am reviewing Hyde Street #1. This is from Image Comics and the label Ghost Machine. The writer on this is Jeff Johns. The artist on this is Ivan Reis. The inker on this is Danny Meeke. Colorist is Brad Anderson. Letterer is Rob Lay. And the designer is Steve Blackwell. And editor-in-chief is Brian Cunningham. And as always, I don't like to spoil much, so I'm going to go right to the Hyde Street description of #1 from the Image website. So this is a new epic era in character-centered horror. Begins as Ghost Machine launches Hyde Street, its newest ongoing series from creators Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis, who brought us Blackest Night, Green Lantern, and Aquaman. In every city and town, off every country road and Metropolis Avenue, if you make a wrong turn, you might find yourself on Hyde Street. But be careful who you talk to and what you do, because the consequences make death itself seem like the easy way out. Introducing Mr. X-Ray, Pranky, the world's most dangerous scout, Miss Goodbody, and many more out to delight, fright, and say goodnight. What is their secret and that of Hyde Street? Only they know for now. Da, da, da. I love that. This is the first horror book I think I've ever seen from Jeff Johns, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think back. I don't know if he's ever done a horror. Let me know in the comments. I don't remember if he has, but it's good. I liked it. I think all of the Ghost Machine stuff that Jeff Johns has done so far has been excellent. I've liked series better than others, but I think the 4 titles that Jeff Johns is doing, which is crazy that he's writing 4 titles. He's doing Hyde Street, he's doing Redcoat, he's doing Rook Exodus, and he's doing Geiger. Now, if I had to rate all 4 of those, I would probably put Rook Exodus at the top spot, which I'm surprised by, because that one I thought was going to be the worst, and it's my favorite. And then followed probably by Redcoat, which I really enjoy, then by Hyde Street, and then Geiger. But I still love all 4 of these books, and they are at the top of my list to read every month. So it's like picking 4 great things and trying to, pick your personal preference on each, but they're all really good. So let's look at what I liked about Hyde Street. So the premise there doesn't give you too much, and I'll go into it a little more on what I think it is. So it reminded me of a little bit like, if you've ever read Doom Patrol, they have a character on there called Danny the Street, which is like a sentient street. And it appears in like any town, that kind of thing. That's what Hyde Street kind of reminded me of. But if Danny the Street was actually like a weird purgatory or a weird like horror dimension or something like that, It also reminded me if there was a series from AWA called Hotel. And that one, it was about a hotel that only certain people could find if they traveled on this road, Route 66. And you found this hotel, and each room had something weird going on in it, and it all kind of intermingled with the stories. That's what Hyde Street seems to be, that kind of story. I think what makes it interesting is the characters that they've introduced so far. As I mentioned when I was reading the premise, they talk about Pranky, the world's most dangerous scout. And as you can see, I'm putting up some pages now, and you can kind of see, just looks like a sweet little innocent kid, but oh my God, he's like, he seems like to be like a demon or something. And then they talk about Mr. X-Ray, which is it's kind of cool. They tie this character into like he was one of the creators of, in comic books when you used to see those ads like X-ray specs and sea monkeys and all that crazy stuff you would see in the back of like 70s and 80s comics. He's like a guy that worked in that kind of industry, so his X-ray glasses are kind of like supposed to be like those comic book ones, which is kind of fun. And it's very mysterious what's going on. They don't give you much on what's happening, which I think they'll unroll that more as the issues go. The artwork is great. I'm invested. I'm curious where this series is going. They also, the one thing they did weird though, that I wonder why this was done. So they launched number 1, but then instead of a second issue, they launched a one-shot, which I think is coming out this week or next week, called Devour. And it's like Hyde Street presents Devour, and it's another character on Hyde Street. But I was like, why wouldn't they just do that as a number 2 issue? Like I said, I haven't read it yet. I don't know if there's a special reasoning behind it being a one-shot. But I thought that was kind of weird. Like usually you have a one shot after a series goes like a number of issues, and then maybe there's like a crossover or some kind of storyline that warrants one shots, so I thought that was a little bizarre. And the other thing that I thought was intriguing in one part of the issue, they talk about other characters from Hyde Street that have not shown up yet. And there's like a board with a list of all of these different characters, and some of them sound really intriguing and cool. So I'm really curious how much of this series that Jeff Johns and Ivan Reis have planned out, because I'd love to see what he does with all these different characters. But yeah, no, it was really good. I've always liked Jeff Johns' writing. I think I'd say 95% of his stuff is usually a hit with me, because he does stuff interesting with a premise, or he'll take a superhero character and do something new and completely out of left field. Like, to give you an example, like I loved when he was on Superman, and he did this storyline with the bottled city of Kandor, where the Brainiac actually grew the city back to normal size, and there was like hundreds of Kryptonians on the Earth again. And they made this storyline go for about a year, maybe 2 years, and it was just cool. It was something different. It was like Superman was no longer unique, and it was him trying to find his place in that situation. And then of course not all the citizens of Kandor were good, some were bad, so it was he opened up a world of different storytelling, which I thought was really cool, and for something different for Superman that you haven't seen. I highly recommend, if you haven't read those, find those issues. They're really good. And also, like, to get back to more like the Ghost Machine stuff, like I find it fascinating, as a writer and like looking at other writers, but to see him take 4 completely different series, and that all 4 of them feel very different from each other. Like, you're not getting like a variation of the same character that he's written before. And that's what I think is great about Ghost Machine so far. I haven't read much of I think they launched one other title that Peter Tomasi's doing. I want to say Rocket Fellers. I haven't picked that up, so I don't know if that one's any good yet. It looked interesting, but I don't know. It wasn't grabbing me, so I kind of passed on it. But if maybe I'll get it when I can when there's a sale or something at one of the stores and I can pick it up at half price. I'll check it out and see if I like it, or I'll just grab the first graphic novel when it comes out. But anything Jeff Johns does with the Ghost Machine stuff, I'm probably going to check out. I really like it. I hope he can keep, putting books out at a regular schedule, since he's doing 4, which is crazy. I don't even think there's another writer right now besides maybe Philip Kennedy Johnson or Jason Aaron that's like doing that level of work right now. So that I don't know. I think he's doing well, and it doesn't feel like any book is suffering from the amount of work he's doing. So I recommend Hyde Street. Let's see some other thoughts I had here. Artwork, some of the best I've seen Ivan Reis do. The guy's a great artist and so detailed. I don't know how quick he is, like if he can keep up with a monthly scale. I think he can, since he was on Green Lantern and all that stuff. But I like the work that he's producing here. There's a few different covers too, which are, they only did like 2 or 3, which is nice. The other thing I really like about Ghost Machine is they're one of the companies putting out a lower price cover price on their products. Everyone's at like $5 or $6 now for comics, but they're holding the line at like $4. And the other thing I like about it is their covers have that cardstock cover. So it feels like they're putting a little extra in trying to keep the price low so people will check it out. So I appreciate that. The issue seems to be standard, 32 pages with ads, that kind of thing. It's in full color. Yeah, pretty much it. I think I covered everything with this review. Hyde Street #1. Highly recommend. Indie Comics Relay gives it the seal of approval. So check that out. And I also give the seal of approval to all the other Jeff Johns titles from Ghost Machine. Various reviews on this channel already of all the other #1. So check that out as well. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking this review out. Like, subscribe to the channel. Share this video. You want someone to check out this book. And join us every other Monday for our live stream on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. We always have great indie guests, and we're always talking comics. We're talking technique and, what's going on in the industry and promos for new Kickstarters and new indie books. So it's a lot of fun. And we do it like with a, very loose conversational kind of show. So we have a good time. We make fun of our co-hosts and, just have a good laugh sometimes. So it's good. So check it out. All right, everybody, have a great week. And most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.